If you ever going hiking, bring snacks, bring water. Trust me, you're gonna need it.
What's up?
Hello!
I'm Mercedes.
I'm Trey.
We're going to tell you about Hocking Hills.
We're gonna give you the lowdown, the rundown, all that.
We went downhill at one point. That was nice. Mostly uphill though. It was a lot. We have a few things that we want to talk about. Let's see.
The magic notebook with all the ideas in it.
We camped at Hocking Hills State Park. $35 to camp, plus a $6 and like $7 reservation fee, which you have to pay.
Sorry, that was our dog. She burps and barks.
She doesn't like when we pay attention to things that aren't her. She gets upset. Gotta pet my girl so she feels like she's getting all the attention in the world. Anyway, if you are gonna camp for more than one night, or you think you might want to camp for more than one night, book that at the time of booking, because we've had a couple times where like we'll book for 1 or 2 nights and then add on a night later, and then you have to pay the fee again. Not good. The camping was okay, pretty subpar to be honest. Pretty crooked, the bathrooms were sort of gross, and all of the campsites were very, very close together. They did have picnic tables and they did have fire rings and all of that. It rained most of the time we were there, so we didn't really use them. I would say you definitely should camp at Hocking Hills. It has the best access to all of the hiking.
Out of this world type of amazing.
Camp there, but keep your expectations low. It's also like very terrifying to get there. That was one thing I did not enjoy. The roads into the camping area were very tight and very windy. Just there's no guardrail, there's just cliffs. It's terrifying.
One of those. Pray about it.
I had to take like a solid 45 when we got there just to like. Next up,
What do we got?
hiking.
Oh yeah,
We hiked our butts off.
it was amazing.
It was really, really awesome.
We averaged about 4 to 5 mile hikes. This
Usually.
time we busted out about a 10-mile hike. It really wasn't that bad. I mean, as long as you bring snacks and water.
Snacks and water. So I made trail mix for our hikes. Trail mix.
We keep it
creation.
on us, always.
Always have to have trail mix. Best snack ever. It's protein packed and it's freaking delicious. And then we also brought peanut butter and jelly. In Hocking Hills State Park, there are 7 main hiking areas. Those are Ash Cave, Old Man's Cave, Rock House,
Yes.
Conkle's Hollow,
Yes.
Cedar Falls,
Yes.
Whispering Cave Trail, and Cantwell Cliffs. While we were there, we hiked 3 of those 7 areas: Old Man's Cave, Conkle's Hollow, and Cedar Falls.
We're a waterfall enthusiast, so we just went to every waterfall.
It did rain while we were there, made the waterfalls more luscious, so we didn't miss a waterfall.
We did miss a couple caves because this one hates caves.
I hate caves. They stress
pull her
me
in.
out. They
I
give me
make her go in
anxiety.
there most of the time.
He likes to help me face my fears. I was raised to never let fears stop me. I try to face them in every chance that I can, but generally caves freak me out. I don't like them very much. I get claustrophobic, which I actually just realized. I really, really liked going through Conkle's Hollow Gorge where we were at.
Yeah.
It was just insane. It was so beautiful, breathtaking. I didn't even realize that things like this exist in America, let alone Ohio. No offense if you're from Ohio, I just didn't know how cool it was. Now I do.
Nice seeing big rocks in the forest like that. I've been to Colorado. They have the big red rocks. Something about it, you're just looking for trees, and there is none.
Yeah.
Here, the biggest rocks you've ever seen is a forest on top of it. So you're just going through this big forest, and then boom, boulder as tall as a mountain, just sitting right in front of you. Truly amazing.
Being from Florida, we're used to everything just being really green and luscious. When we went to Colorado, for example, it was crazy how brown and red everything was. It was beautiful. It was kind of cool being in Ohio, seeing like these giant rock formations that we loved from being out west, but intermingled with the forest and all the trees and different kinds of mushrooms and birds and everything else. It was just really fun.
It was truly amazing.
Else that's really cool is Old Man's Cave.
There was an old man that used to dwell among those caves. He ran off with his family. He was sick and tired of it. That's what I did with the bus. I just said, you know what, I'm out.
Peace. Him and his 2 dogs used to go around hunting and dwelling in the cave. He was like a hermit. That's why they call it Old Man's Cave, which is fun. A lot of people brought their children. People brought their kids out to Old Man's Cave. It was pretty packed with tourists, like a lot. I'm talking you've got just enough room for social distancing between the groups of people. It's not really enjoyable. I like to feel like I'm like in it. I hear all these other people kind of like takes away from it.
To get off of that.
We got off of that. That was really in like the main area. It was pretty cool. Like a lot of people had their kids out and I thought that was inspiring. One day want to have kids, it'll be cool to be able to bring like our babies out on those adventures. But there's a clip later on in the video that you'll see us like running away from all the people and there's like crying babies in the background and it was just kind of a lot. So kudos to you, but I prefer to listen to the birds, not the children. Yes.
You should go.
You should go. If you're around Ohio, you gotta check out Hocking Hills because it was amazing.
Gold.
Woo! Free your soul.
We're hiking. It's like every day because we love hiking. Today, me and Mercedes are hiking Old Man Cave.
Caves. So many caves. Why?
Hiking this nice trail in Ohio.
Hocking Hills State Park. We've been seeing a lot of really cool things like waterfalls and big trees growing on top of these massive boulders.
They're huge.
Very big.
Old Man's Cave. That's it. That's the one.
I didn't know Ohio was so freaking cool, but I would imagine this is what it's like out west, except it's green here.
In Ohio.
It's not just rocks, it's also a forest.
Look at this. You see that? It's only about a 4-mile walk. It's a little loop. It's really nice, but there's a lot of tourists. Look at this. This is crazy. This is like nothing I've ever seen. I feel like we're in like Narnia. It's like we're in the middle of a canyon with grass, greenery,
Moss, fungus.
trees, all of it. We hiked Old Man's Cave. Devil's Bathtub. Upper Falls, Lower Falls. On a big loop, it's like 4 miles, but there's a lot of tourists.
On hikes that are more than like 0.8 miles, that's when it kind of slows down a little bit. The ones that we were on were like short little loops that altogether is 4 miles because we did the whole thing. But if you wanted to just do like the Upper Falls or the Lower Falls or just Old Man Cave, it's like 1.3 miles. Very crowded.
Yeah, and we don't really do crowds. So we snuck off. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
We're heading down this way
To Cedar Falls.
to Cedar Falls, which is another 3-ish miles. So we're hoping that there's a big pretty waterfall at the end of it. This one is like 4 miles round trip, and then back to where we started is going to be another mile probably. So altogether today, we're looking at like 10 miles.
It ain't nothing when you have snacks and water on you.
Gotta get that trail mix.
Because we be getting hangry. On Grumpy Hiker. Starring this one. Oh, she mad. She big mad. Look at her. Yeah, we didn't eat a big meal before we came out here. Now, we're way out here. But luckily, we packed snacks. Yes, we did. There's a lot of chipmunks around here. Chipmunks all around, and they got red squirrel in Ohio. If you're a Florida boy, you know we got gray squirrels and some rats.
We got brown squirrels too, right?
No, I mean, they might be brown, but they look gray. They got some red squirrels out here, man. In Ohio. Yeah. When they say moderate hike, they mean it. Nice trip. See you next fall.
It's kind of muddy out here, which is why we have our walking sticks. We found these really cool sticks.
You gotta keep one on you.
Just found these on the side of the trail, and they're pretty cool. Mine has little grippies, you know, little knobs.
There's Merc. She's 5'6". Big ass boulder.
In Ohio.
A whole bunch of rocks, giant boulders. It's really cool. So many caves. Why?
What?
Right above my head. Any moment they could just. Why?
I got it all on footage, so if you die, I got it. You got that. Ain't nothing to a boss.
I've been climbing on jetties
What?
since I was
Tell them.
about 5 years old.
Said she was 5.
Scurry around on some wood.
You lucky she ain't climbing these things up.
One day.
And we have arrived. Here. Bam! That is Cedar Falls. There's a couple people. Not too bad. But we made it. Bam! That's it. A beauty of a waterfall. It looks great.
It's awesome.
It was worth the walk. Took about maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours, but we did stop and take some photos.
Yeah. It's fine. Why did you move? You can't move.
Definitely up there. I think this is nicer than any of the ones in Old Man's Cave. It's also a lot farther of a walk. But I think you can park here, right?
Yeah, you can park here.
I always drive over here, but do the hike. The hike's A1. Right now we're on top of the hill. We hiked all the way up these long stairs to the top. Mercedes is feeling good. She ain't even winded.
I'm doing good.
I'm beat up. We got 2.3 miles till we get back. It's starting to get dark. So we gonna keep chopping. Fourth quarter, baby. Fourth quarter. Let's go. Very nice trail. Big drop off. We a half mile out.
I'm ready.
Mark got something to say. How you feeling, babe?
I'm ready to go home to camp.
Tell
Start a campfire. I want to do some dinner.
him.
I want to make a s'more.
Boy,
My freaking knees are hurting.
we done did, what, 11,000 feet of elevation?
I don't even know, man.
Shoot.
I gotta check the all.
10 miles? Let's get it.
I got my second wind. We are making it. We're going up this mountain right now. Isn't it great? Love it.
We fight.
Long hikes every day.
A steep ass hill after a 10-mile hike. That's what we live for, baby.
It's crazy. It's a really tall hill. And then mountain. I was just thinking about fried spaghetti and warm soup
Right by the fire.
and marshmallows.
We got this.
I'm good. Got this.
We got a little bit of fall foliage over there.
Good job.
Look at that.
A bunch of the leaves are changing, but most of them are still green.
The best way to top it all off.
Not till you make a s'more.
Yeah, she's right. S'mores and fire. When you put the two together, you got magic.
You can't have a s'more.